Okay. So Manoj has a nice question, and we are recording all these things for people who are already inside the team. They have undergone a very, I'll say, super, I'll say, a concentrated kind of a system, which is called FEST. And this is a very genuine question. Manoj, can you repeat your question so that I can record this and I can put this in a
Yeah,
video?
actually, Dada, I am revising the sessions. Even I'm revising right now the session 5 of phase 9.
Hmm.
But whenever I jump to the previous session for revising, then I realize that I many things I forgot. That's come out from my mind. So it is
Okay.
happening with everybody, or it's happening with me only.
Okay. So, guys, look, there are actually three different areas or scenarios I would like to touch up here. Before that, let me tell you a small story. So I recently went to Delhi, and in Delhi, the street food is very famous. How many of you know that? Street food, okay. So I went to one such place which is like highly recommended by some known people. So I went there. This gentleman comes in with a, I think, okay, kya hona aapko? That's the language. And I said, kya hai? My God, he had a railway track of every goddamn thing. Okay, this, you can buy and stuff. And so I have another friend of mine. He's little classy kind of a guy. Have you seen those guys who are in Subway? And I, भैया थोड़ा सा this cheese and उसके ऊपर ये topping and that topping and इसके साथ ये I need this mayonnaise थोड़ा सा मसाला डाल. They have like customized. When you go to this guy, at home, he's using the normal dal sabji and all. But when he comes outside, no, he's like very choosy. नहीं ये थोड़ा ज्यादा कम, correct? So he has his own fancy. No, she has her own fancy way of asking. Okay, इसमें थोड़ा सा cheese डालना, इसमें butter डालना, kind of thing. And I was amazed by the waiter's detail. He has nothing to write. Okay, everything is in memory. Listen to this. Everything is in the memory. He knows everything. Mine was very easy, and I I said, okay, fine. I need this paratha or something, and it was very easy. But other people had specific requirements. They have got some specific elements. What I was amazed was this guy was not writing anything. He was able to recollect everything in his mind. Number one, when the food came, everyone was happy. I was also happy because exactly jo chahiye tha, everything I got it. These other people also got this things. Okay, we were like group of around 5 or 6 people, and we had some other senior fest people also there. We have my vendor was there. My social media team was there. My events director was there. All were happy with their own selective. Someone needed something else along with that. Lassi ke jagah mein I need this one, shikanji, something. All combinations. He didn't miss out a single order. Imagine 7 or 8 people sitting in a one table. Okay, he didn't miss out a single order, and whatever they wanted, na किसी को onion चाहिए, किसी को chutney चाहिए, somebody some everything he brought in. And the story goes like this: we had a nice gala time there. When he came out of that place, suddenly one of the people amongst us, he said, I missed something on this thing, and we will go and find it out. By this time I forgot, or we all forgot that that there was something missing. I think it was somebody's bag or some packet was there. We went to the same hotel, the same guy, and we asked him. He couldn't recognize us. Are you understanding? He couldn't recognize us. He understood that we were there. He knew, but whatever we ordered and what all things have done, or we said we have left a bag and all these things, and he was asking us like, okay, which table? So, okay, did you get that story? Okay, so in our brain we also have something called as Control Shift Delete. That is for sure. Okay, this is the fantastic thing. We record something which we are very focused, and we have a capacity of deleting something. For example, when you're traveling, this is what I have seen. Okay, when you're traveling by car, you might see some good things, but you don't recognize many things. It misses out. But when you walk slowly, I'm guaranteeing you, 100 meter you walk, slowly you walk, you will remember all the stones, potholes, humps, lamppost, signages, name of the shops, it will be there. So before I answer you, I think you got my answer, right? That is a beautiful way. See, this kind of learning is something which is tactical learning. Now let me tell you. So we have different kind of, different kind of memory, different kind of storages, and it is a very deep psychological thing also. What I would like to emphasize is, yesterday we took upon something called as noise. Remember? How many of you remember noise? Okay. So always remember, there is something called as mid noise. If you can control the mid noise, have you seen in restaurant, they play a kind of a soft music? Okay. Have you seen this is also done in lift? Why it has been done? It is done in shopping malls nowadays. They've customized, and I have got a company who came to me. They are into selling this kind of radio channels, super customized only for certain brands. For example, Coffee Day, Starbucks. They have certain music, selected music they will play. That genre and those kind of elements. Why? And it is played not very loud, not very soft. It is played moderately so that it takes out other things, and it is like overlapping the other noises, and it goes little bit higher than that. Okay, so these are certain things. Probably when you go to the deeper part of Fest, we can talk about that later. So in Fest, we teach you all those things. Okay, we tell you how do you connect what is called as middle noise, what is called as notch. So notch is in smell. Okay, naak se hota hai. And mid noise is your auditory thing. Mid noise is, I think I explained it entirely. People who are watching this video, if you want to know more about what are these kind of deep psychological elements out there, it is impossible for me to tell you over the things. The participant here, they have spent almost like 100+ hours in a very, very deep trance state. They have learned all those things. For me, I just can't explain this, but understand this. So in terms of auditory, our senses are very, very, what to say, inconsistent. So when we want to remember something and hold on something, that means you want to put it in your hard disk. Okay, you need to really do 3 things, and this is one thing I would like to tell you. Okay, so Manoj, this is the hack for you. Which is your active hand, right hand or left hand? Okay, whichever is the hand. The other hand, raise the other hand. Okay, so this index finger, okay, this is an index finger of the hand which is not active hand. I'm a righty. Okay, for lefty guys, your right hand. So this is what you should do. If you are reading something or watching something, number 1, write down something in your separate notebook only specific to that. Make that very, very exclusive, separate out there. Don't write out huge long sentences. Try learning, which I call it as point writing. Point writing means 1 point with 2 words or 3 words. The more numbers you have, the more easy for you to remember. Okay, so for example, let's say starting a business, okay, needs 3 mental attributes. Did you see that? Okay, or might be I can say there are 3 reasons for failures. So if you can count certain things in one topic, it becomes easy for you to remember. Point number 2, don't write long sentences. Write down the words or things with something called as keynote or keyword. Okay, now keynote means it can be representative with any kind of things. For example, one of my mother's explanation was, बाल पकड़ के खींचोगे तो पूरा मुंडी पकड़ के खींचोगे तो पूरा body आएगा. That means if you catch hold of the hair and pull it out, the entire body will come. So I took it in a literal meaning, and I stopped using the system of going from base level to the owner level of the concept of business. Right now, what I do is I don't go to the base. I directly talk to the owners and directors and all these guys. Every time it is not possible, but most of the time, it works, and it takes less time. It is more intense. The timing is slow. But what happened is, rather than explaining all these things, I should have written in this way: mother, hair, arrow, body, pull. So I fabricated this entire thing into just 4 different words. Did you see that? So when you use it in your language, it has its own meaning, because when I talk something to you, it is of one thing. But when you say something to yourself, it is everything. When you teach, it's called self-learning. One more point I would like to give it to you is, once you have written it down, okay, the next time, these are something called as smart reading, very, very fast reading. This becomes a kind of a holistic book for you. Everything in a black book. So for example, I have two black books. Okay, two black books. In this black book, whatever I have written, no one will understand other than me, because it is written down with certain words, certain scribblings, certain diagrams, which only I understand. Did you get that? Which only I will understand. So every time I open this page and okay, I've got something written out there. I don't have to read that. This page itself is going to bring back all the entire information. Okay, now look at this. This is an example for you. Your school and your uniform. Are you getting this? Now you'll get the entire classroom. You will get how you looked. You get your friends. You get your classroom also. You get every goddamn thing. Yes or no? Did you see that? So these are certain things which will trigger certain part of your brain's memory. These are called connectors. So why the waiter or the person who was serving was not able to recollect us? Because it didn't store. For the time being, it was there for a short period of time. Random only memory kind of, just pulled the data, finished. So many times it happens with students also. For example, I remember it was my biochemistry's final year examination in my master's. And I said, Baba, picha chuta kind of, okay, God damn gods. Guys, the moment I came out, everything is over. I forgot. Okay. But I don't know why people don't forget the bad things in their life. I don't know why people don't forget the kind of ill behavior of things that has happened with them, or those kind of moments. Because sometimes, you could have stored it in a temporary memory, but you store it in some permanent memory. The intensity of all the bad things or the sad things, we usually store it in the hard drive, and the good things we usually put it on a superficial drive. Now, you need to change this out. So I give you some hacks. Remember the left hand. Now, when you do the revision, your left hand or the inactive hands, this index finger, you should read it by touching it. There is a science to that. Okay. Now look, everything around you is energy. I am also an energy. The biggest truth in the world is called, it's all Maya. At the end of the day, it's all energy. Everything is energy. What is energy? I don't know. Okay, no one technically has explained it. Some call it as God element, some call it as some other duality. But when you write, you are putting some energy to this. Why? You are concentrated, some information is there. And now your brain and your hand. This hand has some muscle memory. Yes or no? How many of you know this muscle memory? Correct? And this is what they teach you in martial arts, okay? Involuntary actions. When something comes, you just do like this, right? It's a natural thing. Correct. But you do like that. Why? This is how they practice you. I mean, when the practice goes so much intense, it becomes involuntary. That means you are not putting your brain, and everything is happening from your, this primitive brain, which is also called as reptilian brain. So when you put your whatever you are learning to this kind of memory, which is like very deep, here, this is what gives you a memory recheck. This is a revision book. This is something which will not make you learn, but it will revise you everything. Go very slow. When you are revising this, my suggestion is use this one. This is something, okay, so ideal way of reading. Number one, if you're doing a video course or video program, this is very important for you. The first time when you are listening, listen in 2x. Okay, listen in 2x. First time. Okay, there are two things are there. There are two school of thoughts. Someone says listen in 2x, you will get some overviews. So before you, climb a mountain, it is more of like flying a drone. First to fly the drone, you see the area and around and all these things. Then you know what are the kind of problems are there, where I can stop, where you cannot stop. Then you go ahead. Fine. Okay. This is one school of thought. So according to Jim Quick, how many of you know Jim Quick? He's a mind reader. He's an excellent guy, who can remember many things. He's a mind hacker. And according to one of my friends, his name is Manjunath. He teaches people how to read fast and remember better. So what they do is they touch the book. Okay, they touch the book When you touch the book, you get certain informations about the book by just feeling the texture of this book. And the second thing that they do is they do something called as page flipping from front. So you use your active hand and go from not from back. So if you do the left hand thing, it will be from back to front. Other than that, they go from like this. They do like this. Okay. So you get an overall view. Okay, यहाँ पे ये photo है, यहाँ पे this diagram is there. Yes or no? Okay. The next thing that you can do is you go and check the entire content. You have this summary, right? Summary. You get an overview about the pura book mein hai kya cheez. So this is for book reading. For people who are into some recorded programs, this is my suggestion is just drag the entire bar left and right and just leave it first. Either you can do one school of thought goes for 2x. My suggestion is go slow the first time, do a normal read, listen more. Okay. And if it is something which has some visual element, you try to capture this and use a couple of softwares are there. My suggestion is use Google Doc. Easy, har jagah mein kaam kar. Take the screenshot, put it there, and it can be as big as possible. You can put it into a PDF later and all these things. But this works amazing. Easy, and you don't have to worry on space. Yes or no? So if that part. The next thing that you do is the big, the important things, you write it in keywords and you keep it. Second time when you are revising it, have this notebook with you, okay? And this time you read it in 2x. This is my suggestion. First time 1x, second time 2x. When you are doing 2x, look at the book and find out anything that is missing, you make a note of it. Clear? Okay. Do the same thing. You might miss it or some things. The third one, this is the 2x thing. Okay. Third one is don't listen, don't use anything. Remember, try to remember everything by just getting into that one single page or 2 pages. Just look at the page. Your entire thing, whatever you have remembered of this thing should be here. If you have doubts on certain things, many people, they don't go back to the dictionary. They don't go back to the same point and they do it. My suggestion is if you are in FEST and if you have some doubts, immediately go and clear the doubt. First, find it out by yourself. Watch that part of the video. If you have got still doubts, immediately go and open Google and figure it out. Still, if you have doubt, then you go back to your accountability partner or your coach and then find it out in the group discussion sessions. Last, you can come back to me. Powerful? Okay. Still, if you have doubts and there is no one, some ideas and thoughts you have got, you are most welcome. So people who are watching this video, this is what we do inside the systems is you are most welcome to write it in the email ID provided to the support, or else you can put it in the group, or else you can put it in the Facebook group, or else you can send an UCLA video, or else you can bring this on monthly meetings, or else you can bring these questions on the happiness form. We have not left any stone unturned, but we are still willing to do that. So if it is something can be resolved by the family, we have a community of like-minded people. You can blast this information out. I'm sure there will be somebody who will be able to. 90% of the problems are sorted out there. 5% needs a little bit of might be mind storming and other things. If it is not something can be solved out, we have got industry experts. We have got people from international repute. I'm sure definitely we can take their help and guidance to get this. So this was the brain hack. I gave it to you of how to study. What are the things are required? Use left hand finger, touch it. Okay, when you touch this energy transmission happens. I really don't want to go deeper into that. Another thing is there is something called as mental revision. This is the final bonus. Mental revision. Mental revision is something where you take up the topic, keep it in front of you, just look at the topic and try to recollect all the points. You will have points. So how do you do this is when you're writing the notes, whatever is the main points, these main points you can underline, you can put a highlighter, and you can remember the points. So for example, let's say the rules of business. Okay, let's say the rules of marketing. Okay, might be there are. So let's do it in this way. So right now, one thing is coming my mind, and I can remember because of a number. Okay, for example, there are 8 elements of any business, whoever it is. How many of you remember the word? It's called as Ashtabahu. 8 words, 8 different dimensions. Why I can remember it? Because I have put the word called 8. Did you get that? With that 8 word, now I have got 8 elements to it. Can you guys get this? So what are the 8 elements? Research and development, marketing, legals, accounts, HR, operations, sales, and management. Now, each one of them is a keyword for another 3-4 points. So if you put all these things in numbers, everything is number at the end of the day. Yes or no? Anyone getting wow into that? So I hope this video was powerful for you. This is a morning bite from my side. My name is Amit, and don't follow me, don't subscribe me. Come here if you are a bee, get the original nectar. Otherwise, the plastic pollution to rahega. I'll see you on the other side.